What's up guys, Katia here, and I wanted to make this video to talk to you guys about modding and my opinion on modding and kind of like my personal approach to modding. So feel free to listen to my advice, take my advice, or don't take my advice. This is simply just my opinion. So something I frequently notice on Reddit is that the GR86 subreddit page frequently has posts where people acquire a GR86 or a BRZ and they say, guys, I just got this car, what mods should I do? And when I see that, I think like, if you don't see any mods that should be made to your car, then you don't have to mod it. Like, you should be able to sense when you should add a mod to the car, and it's totally fine to have the car stock. There's nothing wrong with a stock car, and of course there's nothing wrong with modding as well. So the car should be yours and do exactly as you see fit. And of course it's totally fine to ask people what are some popular mods that they do to the car, as certain mods can really like change the experience of the car. But something I recommend doing is just to drive the car stock at first. Like when I got this car, I waited like 10 months before I added the axle back exhaust mod. And that was a mod that I really wanted to do to the car, but I knew like I should appreciate the car stock first, and then that will help me to appreciate my new mod even more. So something I recommend doing also is like, if you are gonna mod a car, to just appreciate each mod. So get something done and then like kind of drive it around for a few months or however long you want. Just appreciate it and then get your next mod. Because potentially something that might happen is that you might run out of mods. So you kind of want to like enjoy the process of that. And like I got these wheels done first and I really enjoyed these, and I instantly noticed how different the car looked after getting these, because I had the stock wheels on for a while. And then like the axle back exhaust, this mod is, I'm super happy about this mod because it's 100% me. Like, I really wanted this one. I did the research, and when I got it on, I really appreciated it a lot. And I'm just gonna stay with these mods for a little bit longer before I add another mod to the car. And I can't wait to add another mod, but I'm making sure to give myself a lot of time in between mods to appreciate each one. And another thing I want to talk about is the different types of mods. So basically, there's this category called modding, and the way I see it is that there's two branches under modding, and those are cosmetic mods and power mods. And I find that both are equally valid, because for cosmetic mods, you want to have a car that looks really nice, and I actually find that it's important to enjoy how your car looks. I think that is very important and valid. And the other side of it is the power mods, and this is like mods to increase horsepower and such, and those are definitely valid too. And something I notice is I feel like a lot of people focus on the power mods, and they say that a cosmetic mod is not a real mod, but I don't think that's true, because enjoying how your car looks is also very important. And something with power mods is that you have to be careful and consider the risks and disadvantages that may come with adding more power to your car. Something as simple as like adding an air intake could then affect the mass airflow sensor on your car, might give you a light, and then you have to worry about it. Like, you have to fully research what this mod will do to the rest of the components of the car and the engine, and because you're adding more power, and it might have more effects and wear and tear on other components of the car. And for me, I want to keep this car forever, so I don't want to cause more wear and tear on it by adding power mods, which is why I'm not gonna really do that to this car. I know a turbo seems super cool, and it would be cool to have a turbo, but you then have to take care of the turbo. There's a lot more risks to it, and I don't really know how it will affect my car in the long term. So that's why I'm staying away from that for now. And I definitely think that it's great to have a secondary car that you can mod a lot and not worry about, and have your like daily car that you can you just trust that it will start. So I don't have that right now. In the future, I am hoping to get a secondary vehicle that I will mod a lot more. For now though, I'm just kind of doing simple kind of like cosmetic mods to this car. Like this exhaust, I did not gain any horsepower from it just because it's an axle back and not a cat back. But I'm still very happy with it because that's what I wanted, and I did the research beforehand to find out. And actually, a little secret for you guys, I often say that the wheels were my first mod, but in actuality, I installed some Tux mats into this car just to basically keep my footwell area I guess protected, because that area gets very dirty and I did not want to harm my carpets that came with the car. So that was actually the first thing I did. And people might say that's not really a mod, but I consider it to be a mod because the way I view it is that if you add or take out something from the car and the car no longer comes from the dealership like that, then it's a mod. And basically, my main takeaway from this is that you should just mod for yourself. And you don't know other people's situations. Mods are expensive. It's expensive to mod a car. And as well, do your research, because sometimes people might recommend a certain part and it might actually not be like the best quality. Like for my exhaust, when I was looking for one that I wanted to purchase for myself, there was a lot that I found online that, for example, didn't have mufflers but were a lot cheaper, and like you could go that route, but then they become really loud, and I knew that I did not want a very loud exhaust personally, which is why like spending that time and like really looking at different sources online really helps. And I'm very happy with this exhaust that I got, and I'm proud of myself for choosing something that I really like, and I can just stand by it that this mod is an accurate representation of my taste. And yeah, that's basically it for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about mods, if you share a similar opinion to mine, or yeah, you don't have to take anything I say in this video seriously, and it's totally okay to do a lot of power mods and get a lot of horsepower in your car too, and or build a car basically from scratch. Basically do whatever you want to a car, because it's your car, and don't let anybody influence your taste. Remember guys, stay chillin'.